Topic of the day is chemical properties of nonmetals. Let us first revise what are nonmetals. Nonmetals are electronegative element. That means nonmetals are the elements which form negatively charged ion by gain of electrons. For example, if I talk about a nonmetal chlorine having atomic number 17. So if we write its electronic configuration, it will be 287. So K is filled, L is filled. To complete the octet in its M shell, it needs 1 electron. So what happens? This chlorine gets added, takes some electron from some other element and forms a negative ion, that is the chlorine ion. Let us see how these nonmetals now react with oxygen. Whenever a nonmetal is combined with an oxygen, it forms non-metallic oxide. We have to remember that the non-metallic oxide here formed is either of the acidic nature or neutral nature. They are never forming a non-metallic oxide that is basic in nature. So, the oxides here formed are either acidic or neutral. Let's talk about acidic oxides. Non-metallic oxides that dissolve in water to form acids. For example, if I talk about carbon, carbon plus oxygen gives me CO2. So, I am basically talking about this oxide of carbon, what its property should be. It can be either acidic or neutral. How do we check its nature? We pass it through the litmus paper. Since they turn blue litmus red, we will say they are having acidic nature. So what happens? When try to dissolve this oxide of carbon in water, it forms H2CO3, that is carbonic acid, which turns the blue litmus paper to red. Similarly, oxide of sulfur will be sulfur dioxide, SO2. When I dissolve it in water, it is going to give me H2SO3, that is sulfurous acid, which is again going to turn my blue litmus to red. So all the oxides which when dissolved in water and form acids are known as acidic oxides. So non-metals form acidic oxides or neutral oxides. Whenever any non-metallic oxide does not react with any acid or base, it's called a neutral oxide. For example, here if we burn carbon in the presence of some limited amount of oxygen, it forms carbon monoxide. So this oxide of carbon, which is carbon monoxide, is neutral in nature. How do we come to know about it? If we dissolve it in water, it is not changing into any acid, it is not turning the blue litmus red or red litmus blue, so it is neutral in nature. Similarly, when I talk about hydrogen and form its oxide, hydrogen is again a non-metal, so when oxygen is added, it is going to form non-metallic oxide. So here this hydrogen is combining with oxygen to form water, which is 2H2O in this case. This is an oxide of hydrogen. Now again, when we pass it through the litmus test, it is not showing any change in the color. So blue litmus doesn't turn red or red litmus also doesn't turn blue, means it implies it is neither acidic nor basic in nature. It is a neutral oxide. Second property is reaction of nonmetals with water. Nonmetals generally do not react with water, as nonmetals cannot reduce the hydrogen ion present in water to form hydrogen gas. Although there is an exception of fluorine, which is a highly reactive nonmetal, it combines with water to form hydrogen fluoride and oxygen is released. Sometimes it combines with water to form ozone as well. Next is reaction with dilute acids. Nonmetals do not react with any dilute acid to produce hydrogen gas. Now why is this happening? Let us find an answer to this. Example, if we have H2SO4, if we want this acid to be disintegrated, it will be forming hydrogen ions and sulfur oxide. Now this hydrogen ion needs 2 electrons form hydrogen gas. But now what is happening? If this hydrogen ion needs 2 electrons, then who's going to supply it? That is going to be supplied by a non-metal. But non-metal itself is an acceptor of electrons. It cannot lose electrons. It cannot give its own electrons to someone else. Rather it gains electrons. So hydrogen needs 2 electrons, which cannot be supplied by the non-metals due to their electronegative nature. That's why non-metals do not react with acids to form hydrogen gas, and hydrogen gas cannot be formed or liberated in this case. Reaction with salts. A more reactive non-metal displaces a less reactive non-metal from its salt solution. Again, a displacement reaction is happening. For example, sodium bromide. Sodium bromide when combines with chlorine gas. Now what happens? It forms sodium chloride and bromine. So since chlorine is more reactive than bromine, the bromine gets displaced and chlorine gets attached to the salt of bromine, which is sodium chloride, and bromine is left out separately. It is displaced from its position. So therefore displacement reaction